Yo, I don't think I need to keep the intro music going on all for the entire minute and 40-second. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the 30th installment of the not Nerdperiod podcast. I changed the name like forever ago to the NP podcast. Welcome, guys. What's up, Colchester? What's up, Riley? What's up, Izzy? What is up, Gold? What is up, Vegas? Yo, Vegas. It's nice to see you in the actual live of the stream and not just the comments. What's up, bro? Thank you for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for coming into the stream today. You know, dude, this is already it's already a great start to the stream. And guys, this may be the first stream to be 1 minute from the time that I said it would start, okay? I said I would start the stream. I said I'd start the podcast at 8. I started at 8:01. That was man, I might as well stop the podcast here. It doesn't get any better. Like, you know, see you guys. Alright, I'm back. I forgot I actually want to do the podcast. Thought I'd show some love, man. Yo, thank you, Vegas. Yo, what's up, Tricks? Thanks for coming on in. Yo, Tyler, what's up, bro? But yeah, you know, 1 minute, that's a pretty good start. Since I think every podcast I've ever done has been late. I'm pretty sure. So, but yeah, speaking of podcasts, guys, I've been on fire. I don't know if you guys seen, but the last I think I've been really consistent with the podcast. I'm gonna go to my channel. Let's see the podcast that I've done. I've done a podcast every single. Okay. It's not too good. I've only been doing podcast every single week for the last 5 weeks. I mean, it's fine. It's pretty good. Actually, that's pretty good since, you know, I did like maybe 5 podcasts over the course of 6 months at one point. But, yeah, I don't know if you guys seen, but I've been getting in a guest every other podcast, which has kind of been hard, okay? So far, we got David Pearson, we got Online X420, and we got Not the Real Riley. And next week, today is the solo podcast week, but next week is another week with a guest, and we are finally getting Robbie09 on, and we're going to he's going to be explaining some stuff about his disappearance, and yeah, that's just a little insight in next week's podcast, which I'm very excited for. So what's up, everybody? How you all been doing? You know, I've been doing decent. I've been doing good. I want to know how you guys are doing. Podcast, yeah, this is an extreme podcast today. Wait, what does the black mean? What? Doesn't mean anything, really just a darker version of the American flag. Oh, y'all are simping over the American flag. I hate being crippled. I can relate to that, Gold. You know, I got 2 injured shoulders and 2 injured knees. I can't even get any more crippled. So, but yeah, I'm really excited to get more guests on the podcast. I think I have 4 guests lined up. The 4 guests that I know 2 of them I can get on, but the other 2 I'm not so sure. I contacted the other one today, and if he doesn't get back to me by the time that podcast is going to happen, which is 3 weeks from now, I wanted to contact him before, like a long time before, but I'm going to give him the details that week. OG Robbie09 is coming onto the podcast, yeah. Unfortunately, with no face. But, you know, I'm not doing great. My brother had a seizure. Damn, Izzy, Brock had a seizure? Izzy, tell us about this. Can you give us details? This is interesting. I would give my life for America. I am a simp for the American flag more than you imagine. Damn, you gotta not worship inanimate objects, but that's pretty dumb that you would give your life. Yeah. I'm good, Loki. Just resetting my PC. Little Seizures Pizza. Oh, I remember when Cameron Boyd or whatever died, and they would say Little Caesars, but it would say Little Seizures. Oh my god, that shit was so funny. But Izzy, give us some details. I'm very curious. So guys, let's Cameron Boyce, thank you, Colchester, thank you. I forgot the name. I was like trying to think. What did I even say? I can't even remember now. He said he was just drunk, but he was on some things. Yeah, I know. Your brother needs to get his life together. That's for sure. He said he was gonna join the Marines, but he never did. What if we made cheese graters made of cheese? I can't deny that being a good idea, Gold. We don't know what it was yet. Man, that sucks. I hate to hear that he doesn't have things together. Nah, it's the fabric. It's what the flag represents. Ketamine? Why is my thingy rising? Why me? Or LSD. Oh my god. Okay. I'm not even gonna get into that. I don't even want to know anymore. Jeez, that's sad to hear. But guys, let's talk about the newest video. Can we get a 1 in the chat if you've seen the newest video? Because I actually think I highly enjoyed that video. I really enjoyed making that video. It was very different from the usual video that I make, and if you're watching this in the distant future, you know, like 3 years from now, the video that I'm talking about is the best custom zombies map video that I posted on September 26th of 2020. But I enjoyed that video, making that video so much. It was like a nice change to make a video without your face cam, right? And it was so awkward editing the video. Usually the video is so surrounded by my face, but this video was based off of the gameplay. And so I somehow had to make the video entertaining through the gameplay, and it was very odd. And I remember editing, there were so many awkward moments that I was like, this doesn't work. And but it overall came out to be a really good video, and I'm really proud of it. And just being proud of a video is great. And yeah, I just really enjoyed making that video. It was such a nice change of pace to make a video without face cam. Riley saw it. It was a good map. It was a good zombies map. Who's behind you, Cage? 2. Damn, y'all haven't even seen the new Nerdperiod video. Well, if you haven't, I mean, the link is in the description of the podcast, okay? I be putting the newest video in there. So definitely check it out at the end of the stream, or click off the stream right now and go watch it, because it's a good video. Yeah, I've seen that. Cheese Cube the best. Cheese Cube is not the best map. It's a good map. See, I get so frustrated with Cheese Cube because ever since Cheese Cube Unlimited anyways, nobody ever talks about Cheese Cube. Cheese Cube was the first map, which was just a block of cheese with 4 windows and 8 doors. And the doors opened up to perks. But it was just a cube. But Cheese Cube Unlimited, man, it's such a good map, and I know why people talk about it. It's because it actually is a really great map. But when you've heard Cheese Cube Unlimited so many times, you're like, come on, can somebody just have a different favorite map? Like, I'm so sick of hearing Cheese Cube as one of the best maps. Now, that video I made was one of the best maps. It was so at the actually, I'm not gonna talk about it, but for me to beat that map, it took around 6 hours of gameplay, which is insane. 6 hours to beat a zombies map, and then not even that, like, I would go back and play again. That map was so hard. The bosses were insane. It had napalm zombies, multiple panzers, which were so hard to fight because I don't know how they were ported into that zombies map, but they had weird hitboxes, that's for sure. And then the gorilla that spawned in, you know, the gorilla that's in the thumbnail of the video. Also, I don't even know why I have these I don't know why I have these overlays anymore. Hold on. Where's yeah, okay, there, just the coffee now. That's all we care about is the coffee. I don't even care about my code of Nerdperior anymore. But yeah, Cheese Cube Unlimited, it just sucks. You suck cow titty gold, that's interesting. I've never played a custom map. You should. Guys, if you're bored of zombies and you've never played a custom map, you would have so much fun, and I highly recommend it. Like, I hate zombies. I will admit, I cannot for the life of me, unless it's Origins or 5, I cannot play a base zombies map. Like a zombies map made by Treyarch. They're all so boring. You played them all thousands of times. You have hundreds of hours on each map. And me, I have thousands of hours on Keynote or Toten alone on Black Ops 1. And it's just so boring. Like, I can't play those maps anymore. It's terrible. And so, for me, to this day, being able to enjoy a custom zombies map is a crazy thing. When I play World at War is the true COD Zombies experience. It has the best graphics, right? I can't describe the graphics of World at War. It feels humble. It feels like really humble, but it feels like a video game. I feel like all these video games try to be realistic looking, but with World at War, it truly feels very gritty and like it feels like it's just a good game. And there's something so charming about World at War in the graphics and just the maps. It really sucks that nobody makes custom zombies maps on World at War anymore. And the little map makers that are left, they make maps on BO3 because apparently making maps on BO3 is 10 times simpler than it is on World at War. And believe me, I talked about this in the Online X420 podcast, but I wanted to make my own custom maps on World at War, right? And I tried learning, and it is insanely complicated. And yeah, it's just World at War. It's no joke. There's a reason why there's no mappers on World at War anymore. BO4 Zombies is goldmine. We all know BO4 Zombies is the best COD Zombies. I've never played a map. Colchester, you've never played Zombies? That's insane. So what's your opinion on COD Cold War? I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it to get some new Treyarch maps. I want to see what they are going to do, but I'm also nervous to spend $60 on a COD game because $60 is a lot. You know, I can get a Pokemon. I could get like one Pokemon card with that. It's getting past round 13. The problem isn't getting bored, it's getting past round 13. What? You guys can't get past round 13? How are you that bad at zombies? For me, just sleeping, I could get to round 50. Not even COD, really, to be honest. Colchester, what do you play if you play anything? COD Cold Nuts. That's what they should name the next COD for sure. COD Cold Nuts. But guys, I finished reading a book. I don't know if I made a video on my second channel, the NP Center, a while ago that I started reading again, and man, was this book great. Hold on, let me get it real quick. So this has to be one of my favorite books ever. They made a show about it, right? It's called Legend of the Seeker. And the books are called the Sword of Truth books, right? And they are by Terry Goodkind. And this is the first book. It's called Wizard's First Rule. And it is an amazing book. It has 826 pages, I believe. And it is great. And look how big this book is. And this book has some wear on it. This baby looks like it's been read. And this was one of the best books I've ever read. I'm actually debating making a video about the differences between the show and the book. Because if you're going to read this book, watch the show first. Because no joke, out of this 800-page book, I would say about 50 pages are in the show. No joke. And there's a reason, obviously. It's because the book actually is so detailed. But it's just crazy how little they put into the show. And the show, in my opinion, used to be one of the best shows I've ever watched. Now, that has changed. Because now the best show that I've ever watched is the Netflix series Daredevil. One of my favorite shows. No shows has story making like that. And speaking of that, I just actually finished The Defenders 2. And I started watching Jessica Jones. But anyways, I thought this book was going to take me forever to read. I was like 800 pages. Because when I used to read, the most a book would be is like 300 pages, and I would probably read that within 3 days. But this book, I started out reading 10 to 25 pages a day. Then I started taking breaks because I started to really enjoy the book, and I was like, I don't want this to end. And then I accidentally read 150 pages in one day, and then the next day I read like 140, and then the day after that I finished the book, which was 2 days ago. And actually I just started the second book in the trilogy, and it's really interesting so far. And yeah, I'm not into fantasy. I don't know how you would classify this book. It's like a mixture of old times and fantasy, I guess, because there's some fantasy stuff in it. But it's mainly, it's so hard to explain because I'm not into fantasy. But you can't just, this book is like a genre-less book, in my opinion. And it is one of the best books. Here, let me read the back of it. In the aftermath of the brutal murder of his father, Richard Cypher encounters a mysterious woman, Kaylin M. Neal, in the forest sanctuary. She seeks his help and more. His world... Wow, this is horrible. This does not describe the book at all. His world, his very beliefs are shattered when ancient debts come due with thundering violence. In their darkest hour, Kaylin calls upon Richard to reach beyond his sword to invoke within himself something more noble. Neither knows that the rules of battle have just changed or that... Wow, okay, this is the worst thing ever. I'm not even going to continue to read that. That was actually awful. I don't know who... That's like some person tried to sum it up in 2 sentences or something. I just read a really cool graphic novel and it was based on Mabel and Dipper from... Oh my god. You're talking about... the porn novel. Gage, can I go into the pool and exercise now, please? Sure, dude. Do whatever you want, man. I'll see you, Tricks. Go have fun. Hey, back in the day, my PB is 115. Ever since I switched to PC, I can never get past round 13, no cap. I remember when I first got my Alienware laptop in the beginning of 2017, I remember being so scared because I could barely use keyboard and mouse. I felt retarded. I remember that I was so scared to move that I had to wait till the end of the round to stop moving. To start moving, because I remember I was like basically a boomer with keyboard and mouse, and man, those were good times. Cherish those times, Tyler, because they're gonna be eventually one day you're gonna be like me, where I can press half of the keys on my keyboard in a millisecond with my thumb, and also I play with my keyboard like, I play with my keyboard like this, not like this. It's one day you're gonna, dude. Daredevil, the dude that's blind? No, his name's Daredevil. How many pages in the actual book? 126, Colchester. Took me 3 weeks to get past the first page when I read a book. Yeah, honestly, you just have to find a good book. I became a keyboard god from playing Roblox Phantom Forces as my first game. I became a god after Fortnite. With all the keybinds you have to press in Fortnite, that's how I became a god at using a keyboard. Now I don't play video games at all. You would never catch me playing a video game anymore out of nowhere. I mean, like Tyler tonight, I'm gonna play Fortnite with him and his sisters because that sounds like fun. I enjoy playing with Tyler, and I love Maddie and Tyler, so you know I might as well go have fun with them because it's more about that experience. But I don't play video games anymore, really. I never pick them up unless it's for a video. And now it's so sad to say this, that the only reason why I would touch a video game is for a video, but here's the reason. When you get older, you find out that there's no purpose in playing video games. And sometimes, like, in your life, you need to do something that just has no purpose and just enjoy it. But the thing is, it's like when you get older, you feel like video games are just a waste of time. Now, maybe I feel this way because I've played so much more video games. Like, I was looking back at my old Fortnite streams. These streams were like 6 hours, and I did them like every day. And maybe that's the reason why I don't like video games anymore, because my cousin, he's 27, and he loves video games with his entire life. But for me, it's like I can't even get myself to get on a video game. I think about getting on a video game. Here's what happens. I'll be like, let me play a video game. And then I'm like, why? Why would I play a video game? I could be reading a book. And at this point in my life, I would rather stare at a blank wall than play a video game. But when, I'm not gonna lie though, when I get on a video game to record a video, the video in a way gives the video game purpose for content, and then that's when I really enjoy a video game. You would never catch me playing a video game outside of content though, unless it's for a good reason. Gage has a sister. Yes, I do, Riley. Yeah, games low-key boring. I just do it to pass the time. Man, when I'm watching my dog Josie, I don't have any time to myself. We be taking walks for 4 hours out of the day. And I'm glad I'm giving her a good life. And oh, jeez, that was a good burp. I'm glad I'm giving her a good life and giving her a lot of exercise, because I hate to admit this, but I feel like in the first maybe like 6 years of my older dog's life, nobody took her on walks. Like, we just didn't really take good care of her. Like, obviously we fed her, we gave her water, and you know, we tried to play with Charlotte, right? But she was never a playful dog for some reason. But it's different now. Ever since last year, I was taking Charlotte on 1 walk a day, which was way better than me taking her on 1 walk like every week or so. And now that I'm graduated out of high school, I'm taking Charlotte on 3 walks a day, and Josie on 3 too, for the days that I'm not watching her. But the days I'm watching Josie, we're out walking for 4 hours, man. And do you know how boring it gets walking around your hometown? Like, there's only so far that I can walk. There's only so far. I can walk to the school, walk around my block, and that's all. It gets so boring. But I'm just happy that I can take good care of her and give her good exercise. I have a little baby German Shepherd named Bob. He's so cute. I saw that picture of him. He is a cute dog, Vegas. That's a nice looking dog. You got 8 kittens, Tyler? Man, that's a handful. I hate cats. cross that out, cross that out. So, guys, now let me take a sip of my water first before I get talking. 25 minutes into the podcast and I'm already out of water. That sucks. Here, let me read Colchester's comment first. I can't play computer games for more than 2 hours a day before getting a headache. Dang, that's crazy. I don't even get that anymore. I've had like total maybe 3 headaches in my entire life. But let me get into the meat of this. Today, I wanted to talk about why every video can't be memorable. Now, I feel like I brought up this topic in the past, which I definitely have. I definitely talked about this topic before, but I don't think I actually explained it well, because lately I actually got a really good perception on this, right? And a really good example of it. So let me tell you guys why every video can't be memorable. So a while ago, I was like really trying to make every video I make a memorable video. Like, obviously you want to make every video you make a super good video, right? You want to try your hardest because it's a video. Somebody one day is going to find that video. You know, I think back to some of my older videos and I kind of cringed the fact that somebody found me through that video, specifically the sucky over Kim Jong-il's funeral video. Like, that video is technically funny, but it doesn't represent my content. And so that's why every video I try to make it as best as I can to my ability and make sure that no matter the time period, it represents my content, right? And so I've been trying the best I can lately to make the best videos I can. But I realized that not every video you make can be a memorable video, because ultimately when every video you make becomes a memorable video, then all of your videos become non-memorable, or what people end up remembering is the bad videos, right? Because no matter what, you can try your hardest on videos and they'll come out bad. I'm not gonna lie, I had a video a while ago, I forgot what it was, but obviously, you know, I try my hardest on my videos, but that doesn't mean they come out good. Here, for example, I feel like I make some really good skits in my videos, but the videos still don't turn out well. So the base set is overrated video. It was technically a pretty decent video. Like, the skit that I made in that video was hilarious, but the overall chunk of the video, what that you end up staying for, was not the best. And but then I realized that every video you make can't be a memorable video. Again, because if every video was memorable, then none of your content would be memorable, and people would remember the bad stuff. So then it made perfect sense then, and I realized a long while ago, you know, it's no secret that Filthy Frank is definitely a person I used to watch. I loved Filthy Frank back in the day. I started watching Filthy Frank in either 2014 or 2015, but 2015 at the least. And when I think about him, I remember videos like Hair Cake. I remember videos about Rat Chef. I remember just his best videos, right? But I think like a year ago, I decided to go back and watch all of Filthy Frank's video, right? And then I realized, wow, all of his content is literally terrible. Like, almost all of Filthy Frank's videos were so bad, they didn't even get me to smile throughout the video. They were just terrible. But when I think about Filthy Frank, I only think about the amazing stuff. I think about Rat Chef, I think about Hair Cake, right? But I never think about the bad stuff. But on the other side of it, Erica Andre And this is different because obviously Eric Andre doesn't make YouTube videos. But I feel like the Eric Andre show is very much like watching YouTube videos. They're all 10 minutes long. They have skits in them and they interview people. And so I feel like Eric Andre's content is all memorable. Each video is memorable. But do you want to know what happens that each video is memorable? When I think about Eric Andre, I immediately think about the worst skit he's done. The Ranch Up. And the Ranch Up, I actually love that skit. The first time I ever watched the Ranch It Up skit, I actually thought it was hilarious. But after watching the Eric Andre show over again, I realized, wow, this skit is not funny at all. And then it was like that with Bird Up too, which Bird Up is a terrible skit. Overall, Bird Up is not funny from the start. But that's what I think about when I think of Eric Andre. Even though, to me, all of his content is memorable, and I remember everything from each episode, but I just immediately think of the negative immediately. And yeah, that's why you can't have every video be memorable, you know. And also, it's unrealistic. On top of all of that, you know, it's just in general unrealistic. You can't make every video be good because first of all, it's just mentally unhealthy. You hold a barrier on yourself for perfection, and then what you end up getting is either you quit because you can never achieve perfection, or you get lazy because you can't achieve perfection. When in reality, you just need to accept that perfection doesn't even exist and that you just need to do your best. And that sounds so cringe and cliche, but it's really true. Just focus on it doesn't even matter if it's YouTube, just do it on anything. You want to focus on giving your all to it and realize that we're just human and perfection isn't a thing. Perfection is just a word that really, the word exists, but the concept of it doesn't. Nothing is perfect. I ate Jimmy Fallon ice cream 2 days ago. I remember when the Jimmy Fallon ice cream came out in 2014. I remember going to a Target with my mother to buy the Jimmy Fallon ice cream in the Ben & Jerry Jimmy Fallon ice cream, and we ate it watching Jimmy Fallon. That was a good time. Thank you for bringing that up, Colchester. I completely forgot about that. I rewatched Filthy Frank and there was like only 2 good videos. Yeah, but we remember all of his videos being good, right? Even though like I watched all of Filthy Frank's video back in the day, I remember running out of videos of him and I was like, wow, like this was back in 2015. Yo, CSM Roach, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining in. I've been rewatching Stranger Things, great show. Yeah, I haven't been able to bring myself to rewatch Stranger Things yet. I think I'm gonna rewatch it when season 4 comes out. April Fool's Nerd Period dies is a classic. Thank you, CSM Roach. I think that video was pretty bad, but But I think it also, I was trying something new, and I like the concept of the April Fool's video as something you just need to do, and you think of it. Guys, if you guys don't remember, my grandmother saw the thumbnail of that video and called my mom sobbing, and she was saying stuff like, he was such a great young man or something, and that I was one of her favorites. As in grandchildren, and that was so funny, man. I can't believe she thought that video was real. Like, how did she think that a video of me got uploaded of me dead? I just can't understand it. I watched Eric Andre, and the only thing I remember is the Wiz Khalifa interview. Oh my god, the feeding LSD to a retarded girl. That was funny. I had 2 different Travis Scott burgers. It was really weird. Remember when iDubbbz was good? iDubbbz still makes great content. His videos are great and very well produced. I actually respect iDubbbz a lot. iDubbbz can legitimately make content on anything, and it's very entertaining. And one day I aspire to be like that. You know, I haven't been in the YouTube game long. It's only been 3 years now. But I hope one day that I can make any video and make it funny and entertaining. And I think I can do it mostly. I think on the entertaining part I can do it. But I still haven't grasped the making every video funny type thing. My second favorite cheese is mozzarella. Dude, cheddar is just the best. There's no other. Cheese does not exist outside of cheddar. I'm like a racist for cheddar cheese. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because that's been on my mind. And, you know, I'm glad to talk about it. I'm glad to talk to you guys about stuff that I learned. That's what the solo podcast is about, is talking to you guys about the stuff that I learned. Because, you know, maybe I didn't learn anything too big this week. This week was pretty much just reinforcing all the stuff that I've already learned. But other than that, you know, I'm just working hard, trying to be mentally healthy, trying to get all the negativity throughout my life through meditation and stuff like that. And oh yeah, I wanted to ask this to you guys real quick. What do you think is my most memorable video? What video do you think of my channel when actually nah, never mind. I remember watching PewDiePie on my mom's YouTube account like years ago. I remember watching PewDiePie back in 2012, actually. Those were, man, weird times. There it is, the mouse from Tom and Jerry confirmed. How am I Jerry? How am I Jerry? Vegas. Cause the cheddar. Okay. Makes sense. Dude, I was actually looking up the other day on where I can watch Tom and Jerry, because I actually love Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry is one of the best cartoons ever made, but apparently you can't watch it anywhere. It's very frustrating. And I hate how watching a lot of these shows, you need to have cable. And I don't know a single person that owns cable. So how are people watching these videos? Because Boomerang, dude, oh my god. I love Boomerang so much. I have so much nostalgia of Boomerang. I remember a long time ago, before my grandfather died, we would watch Boomerang, and shows like the Smurfs, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, and Ben 10 would be on. Those were classics, man. The first time I ever saw you was in BO3 stream the last summer before your Fortnite phase. So you found me in 2018. CSM. Dude, guys, comment the year that you came to me from. I'm very interested what year you guys found me, because, you know, me who bought a shit ton of Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo DVD packs, you're so lucky. It was like 2018. I know it was 2018 for you. Colchester was also 2018. I know that for sure, because he came from Sam. And then CSM Road 2018. Vegas was 2017. I know Vegas. Okay, I know everybody when everybody came in here. Tyler was like one of my first 30 subscribers. Gold is 2018. Riley is 2019, and I think Izzy was yeah, but I know when all of you guys came here. It's like 2017, 2018. CSM Road, you literally just said when you came to you came to me through the Swag Dose. CSM Road, didn't you come to me through Swag Dose? I don't know if you guys remember that guy, but I did a stream with him a very long time ago, back in 2017. I had a little over 100 subscribers. And there's Daniel, who was my 45th subscriber. What's up, AI section? What's good? But man, Swagdos. Daniel, you remember Swagdos. But Swagdos, we were supposed to do a stream with him. And we did. Swagdos was getting... I remember my friend and I... actually, I don't think I want to tell this story. It's kind of scummy. But it was basically proper etiquette back then to obviously shout out the people you were streaming with if you were streaming with other people, and put them in your description of the stream. And like Grizzly and I, we were like the entertainment of the stream. And like, this sounds so douchey, but here's what I felt like at the time. We felt like we were carrying the entertainment of the stream, right? And then both of us were sitting. So Swagdos was getting like 30 viewers, and meanwhile, I remember Grizzly Bomb and I were getting like 2. And I remember we were trying to. It was so weird because we were streaming from PS4 at the time, and Swagdos was just reading all of his comments out because there's no push to talk. And meanwhile, Grizzly and I could not talk to our chats because he had like 30 viewers. And yeah, those were good times though. Ah man, you and the boy Grizzly were the duo. We were the duo, but we were, in reality, I used to think Grizzly Bomb and I were a duo for a long time. But I think about it, we were only a duo for like 3 months total, which is crazy to think about, because he ended up quitting YouTube. But the real duo was Robbie09 and I, until he quit, which we're having him on the podcast next week, next Saturday at 8 p.m. EST. Hopefully, I gotta get it set up with him. But yeah, we're gonna give you guys a little closure on that instead of him just, just quitting. 2017, I think. Yeah, you did, Vegas. I remember I saw you in Spoday's chat while riding my ripstick in my grandparents' garage when I lived there. That's when I found you, man. Colchester, thank you for still being around the channel, man. Just the fact that, you're even at the podcast. Like, you're a real one. Like, everybody who's at the everybody who watches my videos and comments are real ones, obviously. People who subscribed, watched one video, and never came back are real ones. But the fact that you guys are here and watching the NP podcast 43 minutes in, that's crazy. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. And there's nothing in this world I'd rather have. The fact that I have a community, that's all that matters on YouTube anymore, really. It's making the videos and having a community. Views don't matter to me anymore. I don't even know how many subscribers I have right now. Or like how many views my recent video got. It's like that shit, you really do learn that stuff does not matter when you do YouTube for a long time. And I used to care about views a lot, right? But I didn't care about the number of views. It's what views. Oh shit, my stream just froze. What the fuck? What's going on? Okay, guys, bear with me. Okay, we're back. We're back. How much of that did you see, guys? You're good now? Thanks. Did you hear me talking that entire time? Did you guys hear me talk that entire time? Can somebody tell me? In 2017, I was in 6th grade and I was like 5'1" and got in a fight with my friends at like 6th, 8th graders, and we got beat the fuck up. A guy kind of looked like 12-year-old kids. Looks like 20-year-old Bigfoot. Yeah. Is Gage a time traveler? I am. Last you said was it's what views. Okay. What I was talking about is I used to care about a lot about views, but it wasn't about the number of views. It was what views meant. And what views used to mean and the number of subscribers used to mean was building a community. And now that I have a community built, that doesn't really matter to me anymore. It's just what matters to me is making the best video I possibly can. And, that's all I care about anymore. I care about that in my community. And I can't believe like I was going through old streams yesterday. I was actually making a playlist of every unlisted stream on my channel, because I think in total I have only 10 streams that are public, and I looked, I have over 350 streams on my YouTube channel, and that's crazy. I have 350, let's say that's 320 streams, because like 30 of them are 1 minute fail streams, right? But that's 320 streams and 370 videos that I've done in the last 3 years, which is insane in my opinion. But anyways, what I was talking about is like I was going through them and I wanted to make this playlist, right? But then it like kind of irked me putting these videos out in public and that people can see, because I clicked on one of the videos and I clicked on just a random point, and then I was talking about like hitting 500 subscribers, and just the way I talked about it sounded so fucking like greedy or something. And like, I know that's not what I was conveying at the time, but that's what it sounded like. It truly sounded like, you know, I just cared about numbers, when I know what I thought about that at that time, but it's definitely how it came out. And I was like, man, I don't want to have these be able to be seen, because in reality you can just see this and then it discredits all the things that I say now, because you guys will see that type of stuff, and not everybody will be like, oh, I saw this on the Nerdperior podcast, you know, I understand what he's saying here. He sounds like it, but he didn't mean what he sounded like it was. But yeah, you know, it's just a hard thing, you know. You say stuff in the past and you can't change it. Yo, Matthew Avilas, what's up, bro? I hope college is doing well for you, dude. I was thinking about you today. I saw you online on Discord and I was gonna text you, but I didn't. Say, man, whenever I would edit, I wouldn't publish until it's the best I possibly can edit. Hey, but Vegas, don't do it to an extreme, because sometimes perfection doesn't exist, and it would be better that you post the video the best you can make it, instead of the impossible version in your head, which is the best you can make it. Remember Gage's first words to me: I haven't showered in days, I stink. Was that really my first words to you, Daniel? I don't remember that. You sent me one of your old live streams and you sounded so different. Yeah, I did. I love cheese. Cheddar, again, guys, cheddar cheese is the only cheese that exists in my head. Like, I'm a cheese racist. I won't deny, you know. They say we're all, you know, we all somewhat have a tiny bit of racism in us. And for me, that is with cheese. But yeah, I love YouTube and I love making videos. Sometimes it is really hard to make videos, but you got to remember why you're doing it. And I never think about quitting YouTube, but I think about the concept of, I think about in an alternate reality of me quitting YouTube, so I can be more grateful for the situation I'm in. Because sometimes, definitely with YouTube, it is, you don't get a break. YouTube is actually a never-ending grind. And it's kind of hard to say it because I love doing YouTube, but at the same time, it is so hard doing YouTube. And like, I've had so many hard jobs in my life, and none of those even come close to doing YouTube. Because with YouTube, it's like you're doing real work, but you technically don't get anything out of it. That's kind of how I can describe it. And you know, I of course just described to you guys like the things that I take from it, that I enjoy the community and I genuinely enjoy making videos. But God, sometimes, like, we're naturally lazy humans, right? I mean, ever since we became an industrialized nations, and we stopped, you know, being hunters and gatherers, and we became people who, you know, sit in one place and farm. Even, I think that's like when humans probably started getting lazy, really, because they no longer had to worry about moving every day to chase to chase down animals and kill them for food, right? We became these people who just grew potatoes and carrots and lived off that shit and herded cattle. And, you know, I feel like that's when humans started getting lazy. And I feel like humans nowadays, we can't escape the laziness because it's happened to us for so long. It is ingrained inside of us. I am naturally so fucking lazy. And like, I don't know if I portray myself as a hardworking person. I don't think I do, but I don't know how to word this. But anyways, I'm so fucking lazy. That's all I gotta say. And but like every day it's a constant fight with YouTube. It's like, I gotta do this. And it's like, it's so hard because it feels like we're told in our life, don't do something you don't want to do. But the lines are so blurred between laziness and what you don't want to do, right? And most of us can't even discern the two. Like, even me, I know it in my head, but I have such a hard time discerning. I don't know whether I'm lazy, or I don't know whether I actually don't want to do something. And like, it's something I have an issue with, and I'm fully aware of it. It's like so ridiculous. We're naturally such lazy humans. And we're our entire life we're just told, oh, if you feel uncomfortable, then stop doing whatever you're doing. Like, we're taught to be little bitches and pussies from our childhood, you know? And then we're taught to be, like, as a child, we're taught to be the best. We're taught about numbers and being number one. But in reality, number one doesn't exist. You can never, you know, it's like such a low percentage of people that can be number one at something, right? Like, for instance, PewDiePie is number one YouTuber in subscriber count. Nobody's ever gonna beat that, probably. What it would take to beat that is PewDiePie dying right now, and then maybe 30 years of doing YouTube. Even if YouTube is alive then, it's almost impossible to become number one. It's probably some crazy percentage of being number one that is like, you know, 0.00001% of people, which is probably one person out of the 8 billion people that are on this planet. When in reality, as a kid, we should be taught how to be our number one selves and not number one. Because in reality, like, again, I just was saying this, but we can't, it's almost impossible to be number one. We should be taught to be our number one selves, though. And that's all I gotta say, you know? Ted pilled Gage? What? I always forget about your Discord because I don't get notifications anymore. Who's that motherfucker that stuck a potato into the ground and invented growing shit? Gage was Ted Kaczynski? Who's that, Trix? What about T-Series? Well, they aren't a YouTube channel. They're a company. There's no number one no matter who you are. If you're famous or whatever, you're still a human. You can still fall like everyone else. Exactly. Yo, guys, I just caught that new Nerd Fury merch. Riley, how does it feel, Riley, to be the only person on Earth to have Nerd Fury merch? My number one selfish cheese block. Hey, you better be cheddar, because if you're anything else, like I said, I'm a racist. That's gonna be taken out of context, using a clip to cancel me a year from now. Watch. It feels great. Dude, I wish so badly I can make merch. I desperately wish I could make merch, but it's just not a possibility. These merch sites, I can't afford making merch, you know. I can't afford to make my own merch for the very few people that would buy it. I only make $300 a month. What the hell am I gonna do with that? Get a Nerd Superior mouse pad. I need one, bro. Like, the only merch that I can make, that $60 white shirt, yo. Everybody knows that every time y'all mention the white shirt that I wore. Rips. Literal rips in this, guys. This is for the people in the future who, like, claim they've watched Nerdperior since 10 subs, but they don't even know about the white shirt. I wore this every day for like 8 months, and it's so worn. This shirt used to be pink. And it's white. That's how much it got washed. He's the guy who is so anti-technology. He mailed people bombs and talked about destroying civilization and living off the land. I mean, that's extreme. I actually think about living off the land a lot. Like, I actually think of that as a concept of doing. But it's just like, it sucks that if I had this, I feel like the knowledge that I've learned is primarily based off of YouTube. YouTube has helped me find myself, really. It really has. And it has helped me be one. And I think about a lot how I would love to do that, be a person that lives off the land. You know, I actually know a person who is like this. I mean, he has a phone and stuff, but throughout his day, he is outside working 24/7. And I actually admire it. But, you know, he still has a car. He still goes out to buy groceries and stuff, but the most of his food, he actually forages it and grows it himself. And I really think about it sometimes on how I want to live that life. But it's so hard. Like, how can you balance being a YouTuber and living that kind of life, you know? Because it heavily involves being away from technology. And I wish I could live that life, but I have accepted that YouTube is my life and that I have to live as closely to that life as I possibly can, even if I can't do it 100%. Because I feel like a lot of the times in my life, I have, if I couldn't put my 100% into something, that means I just didn't do it. That's another thing with us being lazy. If we can't put our all into something, and it seems like, oh, that's not a lazy mindset, because it's like, oh, you can't give your 100%, so you're just going to give 0%. It's like such a double-edged sword, because it sounds really lazy, but it also sounds really hardworking and stuff. But even if you can't give your 100% to something, giving your 20% to something is better than giving it your 0% to something and not being able to reap any benefits at all. 200, but he has one of the subjects in the CIA mind control test back in the day, and he went crazy. I want to out my 100% in cheese, Museum of Nerdperior, and here's the famous white shirt. Hey, we're gonna get in a museum one day, boys. I'll buy it off you 100 USD. Nah, that shirt's worth too much to me, man. I don't think any price you could give me, I could get rid of that shirt, and I truly mean that. I don't think I could. Even if it benefited my family, I don't think I could. But yeah, guys, we just hit the 59-minute mark in the podcast. The fabled white shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna die, and then my mom's gonna get into, like, what's that big museum called? I don't know. But yeah, guys, this was a great podcast. We are currently at the 59-minute and 24-second mark. I didn't think we were going to get to the 40-minute. I didn't even think we were going to get to the 40-minute mark today. You know, and I'm just so glad that these solo podcasts end up being so good. And it's because of you guys in chat. Because we're able to keep a conversation. And thank you guys so much. Thank you. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody who joined into the podcast today. Colchester, Riley, Izzy, Gold, Vegas, Tyler, Trix. Who else? Is that all? CSM Roach, Daniel, Matthew. And that is all. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the 30th installment of the NP podcast. I got it right, guys. Nerdperior, Secret Shine. You're my hero, Gage. Hey, I appreciate that, but don't say that. I am just another human being. Yeah, just thank you. I understand that's a compliment, But I'd prefer it if people did not say stuff like that to me because I'm just a human, man. You know, there's no heroes. We're all just humans. We're the same. We're all on the same level, you know. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in to the 30th installment of the NP podcast. I love everybody so much. You guys are the best. Cue the outro. And the outro music, of course. Shut up, Riley. This is the outro music. Shut up.